Medicinal. Expecting a shooting pain in my ass.
My mom and I got into a fight. Because of our hip replacement, she can barely get around her own house. I told her she has to live with me while she recovers.
Oh, I'm starting to get the connection. Yeah, she has a house. My name is House.
You're the doctor that treated her, that illegally switched her meds after she fired you, that went behind the back of her actual doctor.
Those beads from Thailand. If we're listing all the things that you pressured me into.
The point is, you're the one who's on the line here, whose name is on her hospital records.
Whose name is on her name?
Fine. We're both on the line, but she won't discuss this with me alone. She and her lawyer want to meet with both of us for settlement talks. I need you in that meeting, acting nice and respectful while I defuse this stunt.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to that meeting, so I'm guessing you're cool if I'm not nice and respectful either.
Could be metal poisoning.
You also work with cut-rate chemicals. Could be inhalation of a toxic volatile substrate.
Treatment for both is chelation.
Great work. Alkalinize his urine and force diuresis for heavy metal poisoning. If that doesn't work, put him on dialysis for toxic inhalation.
I just said treatment for both is chelation.
I said force diuresis and try dialysis. You need a transcript?
You want to put him on dialysis, risk infection and hemodynamic swings when we can just chelate?
Whoa, whoa. Settle down. If we chelate, we're not going to know what disease he had, which means we're not going to know if the problem was in his lousy old job or his still lousy new life. Which, for the purposes of a metaphorical argument, is very important.
Pointless to argue. He's the boss. He needs his puzzle solved. Why bang our heads against the wall?
When you're done with the patient, treat Foreman by banging his head against the wall.
Where's the dialysis machine?
Who cares, since I ordered chelation? You flip a coin, tell House it was one disease or the other. Worst case, he finds out and he's impressed we defied him. I'm sorry, I asked you to remove the dialysis equipment, not the chelation equipment.
And Dr. Cuddy asked me to remove all equipment. She deauthorized all treatment.
She won't let us make a move until you agree to a sit-down with the godmother and her consigliere.
Bitch to king 4.
Checkmate. Patient can't use his leg. You have to concede.
Or I could just knock all the pieces onto the floor.
Mass looks solid. I'd say it's cancer. Paraneoplastic syndrome would explain the neurological symptoms. You need to get a piece of it. Schedule a CT-guided biopsy.
Yeah, let's assume we'd already figured that out on our own.
Then what's this consult?
Why haven't you been yelling at me about the Cuddy twins?
Because you're doing the right thing.
We talking about the same issue? Is there something I don't know about that I'm responding to appropriately?
Cuddy wants you in the middle of this. So does Arlene, because they don't want to face their own problem. Somehow, in your knee-jerk, juvenile way, you tripped and fell into an actual adult response to this.
You're right. That was Cuddy's strategy all along. She wanted me to think that she desperately needed me to be there so that I wouldn't be there.
Where's Dr. House?
I didn't want him here. This isn't about her treatment at Princeton Plainsboro. It's about the fight we had last week. I'd like a moment with my mother to try and work this out on our own.
I'm afraid my client doesn't want to.
It's Mother's Day Sunday. We can't have 5 minutes alone to fix this.
Relax, you can still bill me for the time standing in the hallway.
I know you're mad at me, but you can barely make it up those stairs. How many nights have you spent on your couch?
This has nothing to do with our
We're
fight.
talking about my home, not a prison camp.
What did I just say? I think it was something about this not being personal.
You can spend time with Rachel. I can watch over you. Win-win.
Maybe I've got a medical thing. Maybe I just think I'm talking, but no one can hear me, not just my uncaring daughter.
What do you want?
20 grand. I'll hire help and forget this nightmare you put me through. Make it 30. I'll put in a stair lift.
If my board even hears about these threats, let alone a settlement, they'll investigate what happened while you were here as a patient. House and I could both lose our licenses. I've been assuming this is personal because I don't want to assume that that's what my mother wants.
House.
Ex, not mom-in-law.
You said you weren't coming.
After you said pretty please with sugar on top. Problem is, we only give store credit. So I say we put your old, cracked, poisonous hip back in, here and now. I saved your life. Happy to unsave it.
He's being an ass. If I could join you in suing him.
She was like this in bed, too. Always scheming to get the lawyers out of the room.
If House isn't going to take this seriously, I know a few judges who will.
Was I supposed to be the good cop?
You had to go all Wile E. Coyote on you.
You told me that Arlene wanted me in the middle of it. I had to show her that no good would come of that.
Seriously, that's your rationalization? How about you didn't like that Cuddy tricked you, even though you wanted the same thing as her? You didn't like that she got the best of you. You got more anger toward her than you realize.
I'm happier without her. So I'm not stupidly expecting her to make me happy. I'm happier with my unhappiness.
Do you listen to what you're saying? Because I have to. I'm holding a summit meeting to force you and Cuddy onto the same page before a lawsuit gets filed.
I may be your patient, Dr. Mortimer, but I'm also a woman. The only real woman you've ever known.
That's the dementia talking, for God's sake. Get that disgusting thing.
Like a life force. That's how it feels to be sick.
Thought we were meeting in Cuddy's office.
And I put one of the radio frequency tagged sponges from the OR in your portable television.
However much it hurt, I did have a right to break up with
You
you.
just want everything to have a hidden personal agenda.
You need to get over it instead of torpedoing our jobs out of spite.
Just be that you're paying professionally.
Stop! You're both at fault here. You for trying to manipulate House when you used to know better, and you for being you, which is an especially bad idea under the circumstances.
I had good reasons.
You had lame rationalizations.
If I hadn't played him, he'd have found out about the meeting and crashed it anyway.
It would have been a lot more efficient.
Enough! Okay, here's what's gonna happen. Tomorrow, I drive both of you to Arlene's. You're gonna write her a personal check for $30,000 and tell her she can stay in her own home with your blessing. You're gonna do this because you actually give a crap about your job and this hospital and your mother and possibly even House. And you're gonna say, I'm sorry, and not utter one syllable more.
Because I'm an idiot.
No, because if you don't, I'm gonna tell the pharmacy to stop issuing Vicodin prescriptions in my name.
I'm not paying for gas.
Mom, here's a check. It's a settlement for all you've been through. Of course, you can stay in your home. It was wrong of me to suggest otherwise.
I'm sorry that we saved your life in the way that we did.
B+. I hope this resolves everything. I can tell you that both your daughter and Dr. House are
This is
deeply...
30 grand.
Which is what you asked for.
This covers pain and suffering. What about the probate lawyer?
Did you two...
I have to change my will. Leave everything to Julia so this one doesn't try more funny business to get control of my home.
I'm sure we can toss in another $2,500.
Well, I guess I'll have to kill you tonight then. Mom, I'm not interested in...
You already think you own my body. Why not my home, too?
Okay, everybody stay calm and
You
we
have to lash out at everyone who tries to help you? Live in your own kitchen sink, Brolic.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Harsh. I didn't think you had a case before, but that is no way to talk to a patient.
You are right.